Good afternoon. I'm Daniel Miller, and this is Destiny Academy supporting Mind Charity. A warm welcome to all of our friends, fans, community members, participants, viewers, and everyone watching this broadcast worldwide on a variety of different platforms. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being our dedicated community members. Thank you for supporting my channel, supporting our community, and most importantly, the charitable fundraiser for Mind Charity, which I've been doing already for some time here on my channel. And thank you for that. I'm getting some messages, I'm getting some follows and shares, and generally I'm very, very grateful to everyone who indeed has been supporting the fundraiser. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Everyone is greatly appreciating your assistance, and most importantly, the service users, people who go to Mind in order to repair their broken lives. And just remember, if you're donating or sharing or following or participating in the campaign, you are actually an active participant in the process to which you're saving lives. So very, very important to remember. Thank you for that. All right, so today we are having an early stream, and that's the way it's going to be during the Euros, because guess what? I'm quite a fan of football. I watch the Euro matches, and as you know, particularly during the earlier stages, there are lots of matches per day, so therefore I am not able to stream during that time because I'm obviously watching the footy, and we'll do the earlier in the day streams for the next couple of weeks, and sometimes they're going to be shorter due to the dreaded maintenance that Bungie is throwing at us very, very frequently. Today we are going to have yet another session of maintenance, just for everyone to be prepared. The best way to, I guess, you know, in the normal circumstances, the best way to learn about the maintenance is by simply checking the Bungie help Twitter. But it's not always accurate, and sometimes the launch maintenance sessions are out of the blue, as we've seen during the launch of the Final Shape. And the first week was a total nightmare and really best avoided. I did stream, and we had quite a good selection of community-based sessions here, but at the end of the day, it was a total nightmare because it was impossible to get the connection to the server, and it's just like literally nothing worked. Things are beginning to pick up, and also the season, which kicked off last week on Tuesday, is taking off. The content is quite good, and I really wasn't quite sure whether the content was to be available free of charge to many people, but actually you would need to be purchasing the season in full in order to access the content. The content is accessible through failsafe, so you need to go to the helm and pick up the tasks that the failsafe is providing you with. It's not marked on a map before you do that, and I discovered that last week. I guess it's similar to all the other seasons. We have one NPC that's giving us the quest, and I don't really understand what the idea behind the acts is, and you know, the new so-called episodic concept, because I don't really see much difference at the moment. There is some difference to the content. The content as it stands today is very much story driven, so it's very similar to what you see in Starfield or Skyrim or any other major RPGs. It's a major turnaround for Destiny that previously were just hammering the PvE activity that was based on engagement and battles and combat, and they're just literally divorcing from the concept that they mastered during the Halo years, and I think it's very good. It's a major progression, it's a major development, and it will certainly bring in lots of people who are into the RPG narrative driven titles most importantly, it will assure its longevity. And also the turnaround is on the storytelling. The storytelling, certainly since the launch of the Final Shape, is much better than ever before. And if you played, for instance, like myself, the game from the beginning on a new character, and I was doing that on Warlock, still have not completed this due to the launch of the new DLC and the new, well, I guess the arrival of the new season. But we'll carry on with this in due course. Don't worry, we will not miss out on the rest of the activities. But I've gone back to the beginning of the game to see how it all worked for somebody who's a newbie, somebody who just joined the club, let's say today, and it's very good. It does have a very, very good introduction, in-game tutorial through Shohan and various other things that you need to do in Cosmodrome, and it's a lot better than everything else or anything else that we've seen before in terms of its narrative structure. And I just can't believe for the life of me that so many people complained about this, that said that this was no good, it's very poor. Nonsense. It's just much better to what it was in the past. And I guess we all have our preferences and tastes, but I'm just talking about the structure, from the perspective of somebody who's coming into the game for the first time. Bear with me a second. I'm just can't believe that I'm getting this yet again. Got messages from my mods. I have my moderators, and they keep picking up on bots and people who are trying to obstruct or terrorize the channel with spam bot-like messages. And I've had quite a few of these of late. I'm not sure why. I guess the reason for that is that I use my laptop as my secondary, and then, because it obviously operates on Windows, they are able to detect one with the other, the streamers, and they keep doing this. It's really a kind of cyber terrorism. And in due course, these people will be prosecuted, they'll end up in prison. It is like we have a turnaround here in Destiny narrative structure, we also have a turnaround with the laws, and within the next 5 years, you will see the new laws arriving, which will be incredibly tough, draconian towards anyone who's abusing the internet space. And that's just the next step. I have seen some excerpts from the new law that will be introduced in Britain called Online Safety Bill, and it is very, very tough. And there is going to be huge responsibility given to the providers in order to deal with this. And the way they deal with this is just simply blocking an IP and preventing access. So I think for people who are doing this, they will have a very rude awakening. The reason they've not done that until today is basically the numbers. You have huge number of fake profiles and entities that are kind of, in inverted commas, supporting certain acts, certain individuals, certain games, certain titles, and that is being used in order to draw the interest of the investors. And that will be suffering as well. That's the only reason as to why they've not been purging the whole thing. If you had Activision purging the Call of Duty fake profiles, you probably have a drop 50% on the number of people who are participating in the game, as well as those who are so-called subscribers and followers. So, it's difficult, but at the same time, it needs to be done. Anyway, coming back to what I said earlier, the game is progressing really very well. I think the changes applied have been well embraced by the community, and everyone enjoyed the DLC. Many people thought it was the best ever created. I've not played it in full yet. I've not purchased the DLC, but I did engage with some of the strikes. Incidentally, so a person who had not bought any of the content from the DLC, because it's extremely expensive. I mean, £50 for DLC, it's ridiculous, honestly. It's like launching a new game almost, and I'm really not in favour of this, got to admit. Plus, the seasonal content needs to be paid for. Altogether, it comes to about £65. Anyway, coming back to my earlier point, I was able to play some strikes, which are the strikes from the Final Shape, but they were really very good. Beautifully designed, really absolutely amazing environments, and I guess very similar in concept and depth to what we've seen in the Witch Queen. So definitely a thumbs up for that. And I think the season has been also seen as quite good and positively received by the community. Anyway, I'd be quite interested to hear from our friends here what you thought of the season so far. But really, without further ado, we don't have that much time before the maintenance kicks in. I think it will happen either around 3 or 4 o'clock p.m. And therefore, it's a lot better if we just simply engage with some of those activities. I have a few tasks left from the last week on the seasonal, so we'll just have a look and do that. Bear with me, I need to relocate myself, then we'll crack on. All right, so like I said before, the way to do it is to go to Helm, and then once you get there, you will see what needs to be done. I just want to provide you with a small walkthrough for any newbies, so anyone who's not familiar, anyone who's trying out the season maybe for the first time today, or if you're watching it on the VOD, it will be good sort of a guide full of tips on what you need to be doing. Because initially, as the season kicks in last week, I was trying to find any indication on the map where I need to go, and actually there were no indications at all. But the well, there was nothing. Once I purchased the season, then I was able to get the information indicating it's fail-safe. So anyway, this is fail-safe, right? So I go there, and I picked up the task. The task is going to be already marked on my map, but in here we can do it's like with all the other NPCs from the past seasons. You have engram focusing, so that's quite important, and you can open your seasonal engram, like for instance in here, or focus them into the weapons and armor of your choice, right? So for instance, this is these are the items linked to this season, right? So this is new armor, untethered edge mask, untethered edge grips, etc., etc. And so before you get that, you will need to be getting this sort of engram, and that is, I believe, the Act 1 engram focusing upgrade. Doesn't matter, we have already reasonably good armor equipped, and generally the way it works is the armor as it stands today is cosmetics, and you are getting I can see that they've changed some of this, because in here you have some extra elements added to it, right? So extra abilities, like for instance in here, focusing with a high mobility stat due to equipped ghost, high mobility stat. I see. So it's also the same for everyone, for every one of those. So what's important is for you to be collecting mods on your artifact, the season artifact, and then slotting in the mods or adjusting accordingly depending on what activity you want to be pursuing. So that's very important. I think generally once you slot in the mods to your armor, they will work for all activities, but you will require some mods to be adjusted if you're entering PvP, for instance, or raids. So just remember that. And also you can easily adjust this here, right? So that's very easy mod customization. You go in and choose the ones which you believe are the very best for you. Okay, so back to fail-safe. So in addition to engram focusing, you have research, right? So this is what I'm completing through the seasonal content. Completed this, completed that, right? So you could see, and we need to carry on with this. And then I picked up all of my rewards the other day. Keeping my seasonal engrams for defocusing, I was taught this by one of our community members, Zenith, and no need to be opening them unless you're really desperate for immediate leveling up. And then, you use them for some of those seasonal weapons and armor. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll just pick up the bounties, stock up on these. I think I have quite a lot of money. Yeah, almost maxed, so we'll take all of these and engage with all activities in order to complete, and then get our XPs, leveling up, as you know the score. So that's all sorted. I picked this up the other day. Before departing, I just want to quickly have a look at the items there. Already I sorted this out as well. Yeah, combined action I already have, and I'm leveling it up. So it needs to be definitely going up with these. We want to masterwork it. There, that's the key. So you have holding the trigger will fire this weapon at full automatic. I find actually combat action is very good. And then we have also tier 1 enhancement. So we've got the new slots in here. Once you unlocked the tier 1 enhancement, you're getting the level boost. So that's optional. Obviously you can do that if you want to level up your weapon. Otherwise, your leveling up will be entirely through calibration on the use of that piece in the course of the game. And then here you have empty memento. So you can have memento, but at the moment I don't think I have any. And the mementos will be providing you with additional appearance options, right, for you to be beautiful. And you can be getting them from Trials, Nightfalls, and Gambit. So Gambit probably the easiest out of 3. And you can just grind, and then you'll be getting those mementos, and the weapon appearance will be changing. I quite like this one, so that is the weapon of my choice for the time being. As you can see, I've chosen Shader, which looks a bit rugged. I guess aligned with Cade, and then sorted. Let me just see. Yeah, this one needs one ascended shard. No, that's fine. We'll leave it as it is. Okay, so that's all sorted. This one I will delete. And then we'll just go to the arena, which is our next activity. Wait a minute. Quests. I thought it was. Why has this marker disappeared is the question. No, that's not quite the case. Okay. No, I'm not with it. It was marked last week. Bear with me, something's not quite in here. Because I remember that last week I had the arena as the next step. Anyway, we'll try it in any case, we'll see whether that is going to be it. And in here, if you watched the last week, my stream on, what was it, Wednesday, I think, we were doing the exotic mission 0 hour on usual, on normal, and it was very, very difficult. And thanks to our friends from Australia, I was able to complete. But doing it on expert level is just completely out of my reach. And we'll do this in due course with other community members once I reach the level 1000. I don't know, what is it? No, it's a 2000, whatever it is. Yeah, so I need to level up quite sizably before we get to this. And yeah, I think that's one. I think that's the one I need to be doing. Got the expert and expert private needs to be 2005. It's very difficult. I think it's very good that they created these difficulty levels, because some people prefer to do it on standard, enjoy like what's otherwise called story mode, and others will be craving for yet more difficulty. The expert and the higher difficulty levels are usually geared towards those who are of the competitive kind. So it's for the competitive gamers. And, you know, it's the choice that we want to be having, and I think that's very important. What did I see now? Stasis Surge, Arc Surge, Solar Threat, Data Buffs, and then there's some modules. Okay, so let's just crack on and see what awaits us up there. Be joined by some other Guardians. Anybody else in there? No, I didn't see that. Hang on. Just need to see my bounties and adjust accordingly. Grenade launchers, solar abilities, void abilities, solar damage, defeat fallen, automatic rifles. Okay, automatic rifles. And then rocket launchers also. We'll put this one on. Okay.
Must be those pirates working with the Legion. Careful, Cap.
Looks like we joined other people's strike already. As you could see. Actually use my machine gun more, so that's a task on the bounty. Oh no.
No names, but someone lost a big haul and exploded. Like when I crashed here.
That's weird. Shouldn't have been immune. Okay.
That is a lot of data. Stepping in.
We'll pick up all that data, it's very important.
Say I do nothing for you, Captain. I am a born helper.
Could see this handgun's quite good for precision shots. So just remember to use it for that reason. If you're dealing with many enemies, like the Hive, Taken, whatever.
Mercenary leaders stepped out of their cloaking field and right into your sights.
Ah.
Target marked, Captain. Look what I can do. I bet the mechs are boiling in their tanks, processing that data loss.
That's good. Collect everything. I got killed.
Someone lost a big hole
That's
and
annoying.
exploded. Like when I crashed here.
You've awakened Nessus's last defenses. The Vex will do anything to neutralize the threat.
Like jamming my extraction link. Neutralize them, Captain. We'll get you out of there as soon as we can. Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator.
So you can see we're picking up all sorts of things here.
If they cannot kill you, the Vex will try capturing you. Do not let them. It is unpleasant. Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator.
No ammunition. Can't believe it.
Never say I do nothing for you, Captain. I am a born.
Yeah, it was my fault. But yeah.
That is a lot of data. Stepping in.
No, this did not work. Just grab that scythe. Where's it gone?
Did anyone see who knocked the captain's data out? Because you should return the favor.
That was good.
I am pleased to assist, Captain. Show me what that one does.
Need to deposit. Not that. Didn't work. Okay.
Look what I can do. No names, but someone lost a big hole and exploded. Like when I crashed here.
Okay, that worked. That's good.
But the Vex are boiling in their tanks, processing that data loss.
Ah, this is quite hectic. It's not really working for me 100%, but there you are. Oh, I see. I didn't see that Cyclops in there. Let's use our rocket launcher on them. Yeah, that's right. Where's the other one? Also gone. That's annoying. Missed him.
May I help secure that data, Captain? That beautiful data.
I did pick up some of it.
I bet the Vex are boiling in their tanks processing that data loss.
Yeah, I got hit. Ah! Pick up the data. There.
Guardian secured.
Collect loot.
Fire team, your data is secure.
Huh. That's weird.
It is not weird. The Guardian does not fail.
That's good.
Oh, I mean, normally Vex procedures trickle down from the top minds, you know? But these are all talking to each other instead.
I see. It is strange. We cannot rely on bringing them down by cutting off the head, then. Ah, no matter. We have enough fists for them all.
There you are. There you have it. But we need to be collecting a bit more in order to deposit. As you could see in here, requires more radio light. 155 we collected, and what's required is a bit more, which is 200. So we need to grind a bit more. We'll go back to the arena. The only thing was I was being slotted in. You probably would have seen this, and see whether we'll just carry on with the same group of friends, which would be good. Look at that funky outfits. Look at that, really looking good. I like it. Anyway, let's just grind a bit. Breach executable. Yeah, we're going back in. That's good. Yeah, for a moment I thought I was muted, so you couldn't hear anything that I indeed said already. But that was just my illusion. Let's see whether we are going to be a bit more fortunate this time. Right, let's see.
A lot of data. Stepping in.
I guess we are. Or we're not. We're not.
Mercenary leaders stepped out of their cloaking field and right into your sights. Target marked, Captain.
just collected it. That's odd.
It is more beautiful than I could have dreamed.
Come on.
On, fire team. The more we learn of Nessus' changes, the better prepared we will be to face its dangers.
Speaking of danger, tracking incoming hostiles. Sending you the details, Captain. Harvesting radiolaria.
See that Nessus looks very different compared to what we've seen before.
Another outgoing data stream has been detected. Whoa, this is some old-looking code. I am pleased to assist, Captain.
Like the site. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely day.
Harvesting radiolaria incubator.
Lots of activities in here, must be said. Not like one way. Ah, he needs to be gone. Where is he? Gone down there.
I bet the Vex are boiling in their tanks processing that data loss.
Oh, nearly got hit. Good. Do we get any data? No. Ah, that's weird. Some data in here. Because you want to be full when you're going there. Worked. Right, let's go back. Data collection, where is it now? Ah, a bit late.
I'd do anything to get that data. Anything.
But I have some data.
Data acquired. Please accept this in exchange.
I've got it. I know what needs to be done. My favourite site in here. Okay. To get more data.
Your faithful failsafe is here.
Oh, yeah. I nearly missed him. I need this. Where is it? Picking up the data.
You've awakened Nessus's last defenses. The Vex will do anything to neutralize the threat.
Like jamming my extraction link. Neutralize them, Captain. We'll get you out of there as soon as we can. Designation Wyvern detected. Kyrus is a mythological spirit of death.
Ah, messed it up.
Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator.
I'm not sure whether I was able to hit him or not.
Data threshold reached. Rendering assistance.
Data gone. Well, my own fault. Some more data in there, look at it. To deposit it ASAP. Nope. Ah! The other one caught me from behind. Boo. Okay, at least I didn't get any data, so I've lost nothing. The engram's been picked up, okay. Oh, that's hectic. It's good though. I quite like it. It's a busy activity with many things to do. See, my finisher didn't kick in.
I like to see you looking so strong and powerful.
Lost everything now. What a shame. I need to be a bit more careful, right? Well, they're strong. And I'm slow, so that's the reason as to why I'm getting killed. I was reviving a friend. Coral 9 got me. Boo! Not picking up anything at the moment. Let's just get rid of that Coral 9. No. Ah, good. Finally gone.
Guardian secured.
Well done, Guardian. Fail safe. I'll look forward to your analysis.
I'll try, but the Vex never made sense.
Loot
And now they're
collected.
acting weirder than ever. I don't know if it's possible to understand them.
We can.
Don't say that to Osiris. You might wound his scholarly pride.
What if I want to wound his pride?
Then I only ask that you record his reaction.
Alrighty, that seems like mission complete. Just give some feedback to our friends so everyone can be really happy. Oh, this is like a very dark hunter, look at that. Something out of Dark Souls. Alright, let's just go to orbit. And then we'll go and have a look at the quests. It was asking us to Failsafe is analyzing the data you claimed from the aberrant Vexon Nexus. She will contact you when the processes are finished. Right, so we need to carry on with this. Maybe it's the maybe we completed everything. I need to see whether we completed everything, which is basically given to us in the course of the week. So we're picking up some XP, as you could see. It's looking all good. Can always go back. Very enjoyable activity, I've got to say. Really like it. And unclaimed challenges. I do apologize. My throat's a bit croaky today, and it's been very hot and very humid. Well, not that hot, but actually very humid in this area. And I had a bit of a weird sleep last night. Slept well, but just woke up feeling really dry. It's really ridiculous, you know, like a dry mouth and dry skin and everything. That's probably because it's so humid out there. Okay, so before we pick these ones up, let's see what challenges we need to be completing there. So that's week 2. Deposit 200 grams of radiolite samples. So that's a reward. Okay. Well, what I don't like with the changes is that the seasonal content is integrated with the final shape, which is actually driving you to purchase the DLC. And I don't really agree with that at all. I think those two types of content need to be completely separate. Because if you purchase this DLC, the tasks need to be DLC based and not mixed up with the season. So that's not something that I quite like. It's down to the marketing strategy and the new kind of eco model. You can see, for instance, there are some, like for instance, Pale Heart. I can't gather it because I have access to Pale Heart as I not purchased the DLC. Do you see what I mean? It's just literally given to you in order to purchase one or the other or both. And I don't really like that. I think it's completely wrong. So that's, for me, the area which I would say thumbs down. Don't agree with this at all. And like, for instance, in here, where is it now? Week 2, you go there, and it's asking you, collect and place traveler collectibles in a Pale Heart. You can't, because you don't have access to your course, you know. At the moment, it's just the driving it. So I need to claim grenade launcher and resident entrance. And also I can claim these. Right, so let me just have a look. I'm just curious. So see, the first 20, they've given the freebies to be exactly the same as the ones you paid for. And then they become a bit scarce. See what I mean? Again, it's a clever marketing strategy because you obviously get hooked on claiming the good loot. And once you come to 20, you say, well, I want to have a lot more of this and I'll purchase it. I don't agree with this. I think the driving force behind any form of purchase needs to be the quality content. You need to enjoy the quality content, and therefore you will be buying extras, not just to be banking on the addictive elements of collectibles, cosmetics, or bundles, or any other types of things, which in fact you can be getting in any case if you're grinding the game. So, all right, so let's see what we got here. Quests. Right, so let me just quickly go back to this. Week 2. Open Echo Chest after completing any episode Echo's activity. Okay, so that probably will be completed if we carry on with the grinds. And then analyze the fences. Collect piece of seasonal armor. Okay, so we picked up already 2 out of 4. Defeat combatants in episode Echo's Breach executable using auto rifles and hand cannons. Right, we're getting there. I think I was able. Just a minute. Just see. Machine gun, solo damage. Automatic rifles, okay. Powerful Cabal. Void abilities. Right, okay, we need to put the void there. Well, we'll go back. What else? We'll just grind. And I will check something here. We need to go back and ask, you see. It's a bit silly. It's not properly marked on the quest. It says it's incomplete. Well, yet again, just want to remind everyone, everything to do with the season is based on your interactions with the main NPC, the seasonal NPC, and that's failsafe. So you always have to go back there and then talk to her or him, whatever, the AI, in order to complete. Okay, so we'll go there. Yeah, that was what was to be done. It wasn't clearly indicated, I've got to say. So it could be also that you run in circles and you keep grinding without the need for it. So make sure you double check what failsafe wants you to do. Anyway, so let's see. Captain's log. As you upload your most recently gathered data into failsafe system, she activates a remote uplink and her helm holo projection blinks to life. I have something for you, Captain, she says excitedly. Her systems were as she initiates a transmat. It took me a while to replicate, but you've been helping me so much, so I wanted to return the favor. So I need transmat. There's a cheerful chime and a panel on the console in front of you. It is open, revealing a shimmery engram. It is slightly warm to the touch. I hope that this will enable you to collect data more efficiently, she says courteously. Then her voice drops to a conspiratorial stage whisper through, violence. Her lights wink out as you claim your reward. So we'll claim our reward.
Hi, Captain, and congratulations. You have completed researching your first specimen.
I siphoned the radiolaria from a bunch of core samples and stuck them in this as, like, a representative sample. Two factions of radiolaria are fighting it out in there. Amoeba versus amoeba. And that's happening all over Nessus.
Their conflict of extermination is producing new mineral structures I can utilize to enhance your equipment.
Okay, so we had collected the data and she's worked out the specimen. So the specimen is NES-001. Failsafe congratulates you on completing extreme concussive research. The radial area from the collected samples appear to come from two compelling factions of the VEX. She says, the conflict of extermination is producing new mineral structures I can utilize to enhance your equipment. We never would have found this without your pistons. Failsafe presents you with a report on NES-001. So it's called Seized Radiolite Incubator. Report summary: this object was created to manipulate and corrupt the radial area into new forms. Research instrument fabricated. Primary echo engram focus echo engrams into weapons and armor at Failsafe in the helm. Okay, so that is the new thing which we are picking up. So that sees the radiolite incubator. So we need to be placing it into the specimen collection. Where would that be? Yeah, that's the new thing. You know, that's actually quite good. You've got the new specimen collection hub in here. So go up here, there, and then you place it in there. So it's your specimen collection that goes in there. Okay, let's place. That's your specimen, so you could see. See, that's good. Take a screenshot of this. And then I think we've got another one. No, there is a radio message in there. Okay, so we placed our specimen in there. This one. And that one. Just before we listen to the radio message, let's have a look at triumphs. I think we had completed a few things in there, as indicated. Rank progress. Excuse me. Research quest. So that's been completed. Anything else? Not really. Then episode echoes. Triumphs. Let's see. Several. Claim reward. Failsafe research. Claim reward. And gear. So acquire all episode echoes, weapons, prologue, Echoes of War, Act 1. So it's Veil Threat, Sightline Survey, Faithkeeper, Time on Wayfarer. Okay, so that's completed. So there'll be other secret triumphs in there as well if you keep grinding. I guess that's very interesting. It kind of makes you grind in order to unlock, makes it more worthwhile, so I quite like that. But yet again, I want to come back to the earlier comments. I don't like the new system through which you've got to be purchasing both the DLC and the seasonal content together in order to be able to complete various seasonal achievements in there, and that's just not done. I'll write to Bungie about this. I think we all need to write and engage with the company in order to tell them all we like, but also otherwise what we dislike. They need to know. And I understand that the game is very expensive to produce, but you know, this is just pushing it a bit too far. Because then you'll get something else thrown in that needs to be purchased, and then something else. And I think seasons need to be optional. People can enter the seasons and purchase the content if they want. They don't have to. They can just play the base game, or they can purchase the DLC and enjoy the DLC, play the campaign again and again, play raids, whatever, you know. I guess the difficulty or the difference in here is they're pursuing the idea that the season, together with the DLC or the base game, is basically story driven. So if you are to follow the narrative, you need to have basically all the components. That's the notion behind it. But I think it needs to be left to people to decide. It's optional, because otherwise we are going back to the old times. You remember, like Fallout 3 or I don't know, Skyrim. You need to buy the DLC in order to see what's going on. Otherwise, you can't play it. You will not know anything else but the story. Right, let's see. Week 2. Complete the research quest. Well, I can't be doing this because I don't have the DLC. So that's completed. Okay, so what do we need to do next? Let me just see. Go up there and see any friends out there. Oh, Playmore's there. Playmore's doing it. Hello, Playmore. There's San Peach as well. San Peach. Let's see. Probably about 7 o'clock PM out there in Australia. Labray's here. All the regulars are here. So if anybody wants to join us, just ping us a message, tell us, and I'll bring you in. We can obviously do the game together, which is always most enjoyable. Let me just see this timeline. Oh, that's quite good. Can watch the cinematics in here. So Kate's Fate campaign. Destiny Calls. We need to really explore this, you know, and see that from time to time, because that's also been reworked. Looks very good. Curse of Osiris. We don't have any activity in there, just literally like Warmind. They bolted this as well as this, but I'll come back in due course, I'm certain. What's that? Yeah. Okay, so quests. Yeah, so I guess we can go back to the grind. We can go back to the arena, and then we can just collect more samples, pick up more, place those samples in there. That's the, I guess that's the bottom line for this weekly activity. So there isn't anything else story driven from what I could see. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think step 6 of 25, 12. Let's just work this out. If it is, let me just work this out. So that is releasing in 28 days. So that's 1 week. That's 5 weeks. 5 weeks. 30. That's probably it, yeah. Anyway, if anybody else knows more than me, just please let me know, because I think from what I could see here at the moment, I had completed everything for the week. And we can just be grinding and picking up more materials and doing whatever is necessary there. So we'll do this. And just before we get in, I want to remind everyone, as you can see here on my chat, I'm doing a charitable fundraiser for Mind. Mind is a British-based charity that provides services, professional services, for anyone who's experiencing a major mental health difficulty. People suffering from mental illness, disability, emotional pressure, any kind of psychological trauma, they can always approach Mind to receive those services. Usually they receive individual group counseling, and then sometimes they'll also get some advice on practical aspects of everyday living. So we are supporting the work of the charity, and we already had some donations, and we had some follows and some shares, and people spreading the news. I'm very, very grateful for that, and thanks to everyone who was indeed participating. And I just really look forward to seeing a lot more of this. We are going to be running the campaign until the end of this year, so it's plenty of time for people to contribute. And the task is to be raising £500 by the end of this year. So it's not actually a huge amount of money, but I'd be glad if we were to be able to raise 500 and then maybe exceed the figure, which is what's happened with Bungie Foundation's campaign last year. We were sort of striving to raise more, around $1 million, and then we exceeded that figure. And also I had a full completion of my charitable fundraiser for them, which was $100, and altogether with other streamers and Destiny veterans for the Bungie Foundation, we raised more than $1 million. So we'll do the same thing this year. The difference between doing it for Bungie is that you'll be getting some very nice gifts which can be used in the game, and these are very, very special gifts which are game specific. And to see whether I still have those emotes there, I can show you. Bear with me. I've got it somewhere, so I will be able to present it to you, but I just need to find it. And you'll get like nice gifts. One of the contributors, so remember that. And oh, what's this? Untethered Edge West. Okay, we'll definitely lock that. Untethered. Not picked up anything there. Yeah, Untethered is here as well. We'll change that. So pick up the full set, and no, I haven't got any other ones. Okay. Right, let me just think, what do we do? Coming back to what I said earlier, just remember those campaigns will be up and running on my channel, so anytime you want to contribute, just let me know, or use the Tiltify link, which is pinned to the very top of the chat. Once you click on Tiltify link, you are getting a free access to my streams of Tiltify, which is going to be using a lot less bandwidth compared to Twitch app, and all the information is there. The donations go directly to Mind, so anytime you donate, the funds are received by them straight away. We're just mediating Tiltify and myself as the person who's doing the fundraiser. And it's all absolutely 100% legal, legit, and Tiltify is the main company providing those sorts of services on the internet. And they're very, very carefully monitored and scrutinized in terms of what they do, as they support very many charities worldwide, not just in Britain, but also in America and other countries.
Osiris, do you remember when we knew?
Knew what?
That we were meant to be together. There was one moment, though it took us time to get to it. But our Hunter Vanguard, so smart, Tallulah, she knew before we did. All our little squabbles and bickering, she saw it first.
Well, I was obtuse, stubborn. I couldn't recognize my own emotions. Then Tallulah told me to be serious.
I remember. Oh yeah, she told me later. Was good laugh.
I'm glad you found it so amusing.
Who could not look back and smile? And I remember your smile then. So knowing, so full of our future together.
these memories on?
I think about others who will have those same moments now that they know they will have a future free from the Black Fleet. Now they have a chance to find love and be happy. Like us, we can look behind, but also forward. We cannot see what is coming, but we know it is good.
Yes, sir.
About us? Yes, since the beginning. Now and always.
Okay, so let's see. Flamekeeper. Listen to all radio broadcasts. Okay, so that's completed. And then Intrepid. Let's see what else. Episode Echoes. There was something else said in there, wasn't it? No, that's Triumphs. Okay. Something mentioned about failsafe. Rank rewards, right. Pick up this one. So that is the hand cannon. Line in the sand. So here's the weapon. So it picked up everything. Pick up a few more bounties. Let me just see. So this one. Scout rifle. Heliocentric. I guess it's gone to the postmaster. Katie. So the same one. No, it's not the same one, it's a different one. So this one has 78 range. Oh, we can try it sometime. Not for that moment. Let's see what else we've got there. So that's 58, it's 52. And then we have Vel Threat. Rapid fire from strategist, collective action, radiolaria. Threat detector. Okay, keep that one. Patron of the Lost Causes. The Domino sniper rifle. Alright, so we'll go back to the grinds, I think. Can't think of anything else to do. Quests, failsafe, analyzing, and then in here, high quarter crimson, and yeah, rapidly defeating enemies. Another Echo Engram picked up, that's pretty good. It's probably registered there on the first slot. I think. Yeah, that's right, I thought so. So, you know, you can want to untethered. Just a moment. Okay, we can try that as well. And okay, let's just crack on with some activity because I'm just very aware of the maintenance. The maintenance will kick in, and then we are not going to be able to play the game anymore. So, maximize your loadouts, builds, and teamwork to succeed. Okay. Challenges. Complete breach acceptable and difficulty. We completed 2, so what's this? Okay. Ah! This is what happens when you're pressing the wrong button. Right. Let's just crack on with some more activity, shall we? That's all basically seasonal. Arena Breach Executable is the main activity for this week, which in fact will be ending in a few hours. We'll have then the new content given to us after the maintenance. And we'll enjoy that content tomorrow, because I will not be streaming tonight.
Captain, ready for another exciting day of provoking the Vex? Initiating scanning sweep. Please stand by for target acquisition.
Studying each change the Vex force upon Nessus, upon themselves, reveals facets of their schemes. Disrupt them, and retrieve their data for analysis.
It's bizarre because I'm here by myself. Why is that? Because this is a 3-piece activity. It's not just for me, is it? Yeah, these grenades are useful. What do I need to do there? To do something or to trigger it? Still need to go further down, I think. Yeah, it's down there somewhere. This is it.
Radiolarian pressure is building up again underground, but I can't tell where. Scans are all coming up blank.
Scout over land and you should see traces, Guardian.
Fire team down. Oh no, it's happening again.
So why is it I'm just here by myself? That's weird. Because I shouldn't be. Did I complete that bounty or not? Hang on. Come on. What's this? Hide here. It's not the best weapon for this. Yeah, so I did. We'll pick up our Outbreak Perfected. A lot better for this. Ah, see. Usually when you cannot be picking up, when you're full, well, start to load again. When you need this heavy ammunition the most, then it just doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere. And when you don't need it, then guess what?
That is a lot of data.
Oh, we got somebody else.
I like to see you looking so strong and powerful. And murderous.
So what do I do with this void crystal? I'm curious. No, don't do anything here. Oh, I see, it's a weapon. Okay. Cool, we're not picking up a lot of data in this battle in here.
That is a lot of data. Stepping in. Show me what that one does.
This one got me. Just the two of us in here, it's really bizarre. It should be a three-piece.
You've achieved minimum expectations.
Don't know what happened there. Very weird.
We've pulled everything we can from this site. Fail safe. Sweep the area and find our next target.
Data streams are consolidating at a new location. Stand by.
Well, I guess this is the first time I'm doing the full arena, because previously I was lots of dealing with some other guys, and
A lot of heat's coming your
therefore I
way.
didn't know exactly what was going on.
There are days where I really miss having access to my railguns.
Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator.
data collection. Lost my data. Boo. Didn't fancy that.
Red assistance. May I join your fire team, Captain?
That's good. Ah, come on, the big one popped up just behind me. That is infuriating. Revived our friends and I got whacked. Yeah, he's strong. Get him with my rocket. Oh, they got him. Okay.
Big old bundle of code on the field, Captain. Time to be a malignant process. Reroute their uplink. Am I right?
Ah, too close to the boss. That's what it is.
That is a lot of data. Stepping in.
I like to see you looking so strong and powerful. And murderous.
Yeah, I'm not collecting any data. I'm doing literally nothing in here.
Captain, your team's data stores are full and ready for extraction.
Look at this.
We are ready to receive you.
Haven't got a thing.
Make your way home.
Ah.
Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator.
What's this? Fell into the hole.
Data suggests the Vex's last line of defense is Karis designation. For your reference, that's the bad one.
Well, this puts me to shame because I actually was the first one in. And I've done literally nothing at all of substance in here.
Rendering assistance. May I join your fire
See,
team,
my
Captain?
friends are so fast I can't really get to the data.
There are days where I really miss having access to my railguns.
Gone to the hornet's nest. That looks of it. There, lost all of my data. Look at this. Why is it turning out to be so difficult in this one? I don't get it. It's a lot easier in the other ones.
Fire team member with high data yield found. Your achievement has been memorialized in my memory.
I'm being eliminated all the time. That's really terrible. Don't know what's going on. Now the relic's gone.
I am pleased to assist, Captain.
Data collection. Don't have many enough. Ah. So there you are. Ah, he's just enjoying his scythe. Just discovered it. That's funny. I got killed. It's just ridiculously difficult. Can I please be able to deposit just one lot?
Guardian secure. Congratulations, fire team. Your data is secure.
This code is presenting differently than previous Vex structures I've analyzed.
Some feedback.
Curious.
Oh yeah, that's all messed up. Is it a virus? Should I purge it? Let me purge it. I want to purge some Vex.
Calm down. It almost seems so, but no. I believe this is a form of adaptation.
185.
But what spurred it?
That's
Maybe the
crazy.
data we just got will tell us.
I don't get it. That's wrong. I picked up nothing. I've not deposited like one lot in the last activity. So I don't know why on earth I'm getting 185. It's just a mystery to me. Anyway, we'll stay with us, boys, and we'll do it again. Well, that's the pinnacle of our seasonal week one, really. And really good fun. And I'm wondering whether, as you carry on with Breach Executive, whether it gets more and more difficult, because I thought the other ones we've done earlier were not as difficult as the last one, at least for me. It just seemed, they seemed to be on a different level. So, let's take a screenshot of our friends. Anyone interested in my screenshots, you can always go to Twitter, and loads of these are posted on a regular basis as my game activity. Anyway, anyone who is watching, anyone who's a member of our community needs to join my Twitter, because Twitter gives you all the information from the industry. Anything that's happening out there is on Twitter. And at the moment, I've not been able to do my daily news podcast. Something does not seem to be working properly with OBS. Still waiting for some technical support from Twitch and OBS in order to sort this out, and then we'll get back to the usual. But it's been already 2 weeks. I'm very annoyed about this. Because, you know, you miss out on the news and continuity. I'll record some of that. I'll backdate it, but it won't be as consistent on the everyday or every second day basis, and we had quite a lot of activities, such as Summer Game Festival and the launch of the DLC. But anyway, I'll catch up with this. And right, so we're starting from the beginning.
Is this a surprise visit? Oh, you're here to extract Vex data.
Hello, Failsafe. I am glad to finally be working with you.
Ditto. You're so much smarter than the K unit they sent last time.
Very good. Well then, if we put our heads in your scan... No time.
No, I've gone all the way down, and actually it's up.
Data stream broadcast detected leaving Nessus. Who are they talking to? Why do it like this?
Are the Vex? They aren't even trying to conceal the source. Why not make contact with their own internal networks? No matter. Intercept it, and perhaps we shall have our answers.
Well, that was quite good.
Data threshold reached. Rendering assistance. Recording gear to see what you make of that, Captain.
Missed him. He's escaping me. Look at that. I can't believe it. Missed him like 3 times at close range. Nope. It's not working out for me this time.
achieve minimum expectations.
Well done, fire team. The more we learn of Nessus's changes, the better prepared we will be to face its dangers.
Speaking of danger, tracking incoming hostiles. Sending you the details, Captain. New target for data collection found. Cyrus, tell the captain what we found.
Yes. The Vex have erected an algorithmic acceleration farm. It must be dismantled. It's self-replicating. You'll need to interrupt its connections in specific sequence.
Surprise, surprise. Ah, from behind. Not careful enough. Popped up. Two of them. I'm not picking up that many of these bits of data in here, as you can see. I'm just gone. Too many of them at once.
There are days where I really miss having access to my railguns. Your faithful failsafe is here. Fire team member with high data yield found. Your achievement has been memorialized in my memory core.
That's as much data as we have capacity for. Time to leave, Guardian.
I hate to see you go, but I'd also hate to watch the Vex trap you in a tin box forever.
Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator. Caution! Kirith designation Wyvern detected. Kirith is a mythological spirit of death. May I help secure that data, Captain? That beautiful data?
Yeah, I need more data. Finally, I managed to get some data. That's astonishing. Look at that.
Did anyone see who knocked the captain's data out? Data acquired. Please accept this in exchange.
The other one got me. Trying to where's the other one gone, probably? Thank you. Another one. Another one just behind us.
There are days where I really miss having access to my railguns.
Yeah, I haven't got any more rockets, so that's about it. Yeah, that's right. Let's do it.
Look what I can do.
I bet the Vex are boiling in their tanks processing that data loss.
Not enough data. Another one got me. Lost all of my data. A bit frustrating. Where is it? I don't see it. There. Didn't see where the boss was. Guess I should have looked up.
Guardian secured.
Well done, Guardian. Fail safe. I'll look forward to your analysis.
I'll try. But the Vex never made sense, and now they're acting weirder than ever. I don't know if it's possible to understand them.
Oh, look at that. Picked
Don't
up all
say
his
that to
rig.
Osiris.
That's very good.
You might wound his scholarly pride.
What if I want to wound his pride?
Then I only ask that you record his reaction.
Some feedback for our friends. Let's see. Kazanov. That's good. Alright, we'll go back to orbit. We need to double check whether there is anything else to be picked up at helm and elsewhere. A bit. There you have that dreaded maintenance yet again. I hate that maintenance. Detest it. Cutting into our streamer's time so badly every single time. Ivory radiolite gear. Prologue. Okay. Probably pick up some of these and try them. We'll actually, for the next run before the maintenance basically disconnects everything, we'll just enable season armor, and then we'll use the as well, just to try to see whether it works better on those activities. So that was that. What else do we have there? Seasonal challenges. Okay. Claim reward defeat combatants 70 out of 70. So one more, and then we'll complete this one as well. So that's quite good. We'll have 7 out of 10. And yeah, there's still one piece missing. Maybe I can purchase it. Let me see. See which one. Oh, New Journey. View rank progress. Season. Complete season chosen from the current season. Okay, so what else? Red Death Reformed. Exotic pulse rifle, Red Death Reformed. I don't have that weapon, I don't think. No. Yeah. More powerful. Okay, and then level 2, level boost, memento. Okay, so that's pretty much for this weapon. And life in the sand. We're picking up so many different pieces. Really, it's hard to really keep track of everything. 1950, 1955. But you know what? I think what I'll do is I'll go back to failsafe, you know, and then I'll pick up that helmet, and then I'll infuse. I think that's the idea. Just trying to work out whether this one is somewhat better than the other ill omen I already got and the one which was masterworked. I think it is slightly better, so we'll keep it for the time being. So that's patron. Patron, I think this one is 54, the other one is 49. And then Domino Sniper Rifle. Yeah, we got that one already, so we can get rid of it. Bridge light. Okay, so I go back to failsafe. On 15. Specimen. Listen to the radio messages earlier. I don't think there is anything else for us to listen to now. It's all been done and dusted for this week. Okay, so let me just double check what untethered I've picked up so far. So I've got this one. Okay, so we'll equip this one. And then we'll equip this one. I thought I picked up boots as well. I thought I did. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Untethered. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And then in here. No. So it's the cloak and the mask. So that's 52, that's 50. Probably wait for 55 or so. This one's 55. That's 54, that's cool. You see, I picked up these. Orpheus rig. So they give you extra energy. Deadfall and Nebius Quiver energy. So these are pretty good. Anyway, let's just hurry up. Unlock the site having collections to purchase. No, it's not that. Oh, season pass, we unlocked something. So, picked up these. So what's this? Rapidly defeating a solar. Okay, void we completed, I take it, yeah. No. Solar? Yeah, so it changed to solar. So that's all good, and season pass, legendary, Makata, exotic. Yeah, we'll need to go there. One way or the other, we need to go back to the tower. Whether we like it or not. So I need to pick up these items from the collections. Don't understand why. Because this is like season armor. Odd. Well, one way or the other we need to do it, because I want to be equipping it. I want to be doing it with our season armor. In fact, I'll need to probably get a list of all the armor I picked up over the years in various seasons. That's season 20, what is it, season 22, 24, 23. No, it's not, actually. The last one was 20 something, wasn't it? Yeah, they're not giving us the numbers anymore. Just like I said. Okay, let's just go to Master Rahul first.
Hello, Guardian.
Hello, look at this. Several exotic engrams. So, Young Amkara Spine, I've got that one already. Liar's Handshake, I've got that already as well. Raiden Flux I don't have, that's new. Okay. So the time now is to pick up some more rewards. Icarus Drifter, pick up these, very useful. And let's focus the coding. Well, I do have Shadowkeep, so what's the idea? Materials exchange. Okay, I'm gonna bother. Heal this piece. No, I don't think this is necessary. So no, that's not it. No, that's not it. Special deliveries, that was coming from Amazon Prime. Trials. So hold on a minute. Where is it then? Don't get it.
I know that gun.
Actually, I can put something in the vault. Let me see. Weapons we don't want to be using at the moment, like for instance this scout rifle we don't want to be using. Pulse rifle we don't want to be using. Patron of the Lost Causes, I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Old Sterling. Parabellum. Heliocentric. We've been using heliocentric, it was alright. And then scout rifle. Okay, put these ones in the vault, and then Krug elimination, rocket launcher. Try that one as well. Then you have fusion rifle in the sand. Quite a few rocket launchers in there. Now this grenade launcher placed in the vault. 1960 even, that's pretty good. How many? Two I've got, okay. So from those, put this one in. This one. Kepri, Seal Amkara, Oathkeeper, Wormguard will put in, Parade Grips will put in, that's the last season. Okay, so these ones, Wall Watcher. Could probably infuse it. Lucky Raspberry, Parade Vest will put back in. Tech can go in. Wormguard can go in. Hinterland can go in. Okay, so the ones we left here. So that's Spade, Guizin Vest, and Lucky Raspberry. Can pick up the new ones. So that's Illuminous Strides we'll put in. Parade Strides we'll put in. Wormguard we'll put in. Icarus Drifter, I don't really need Icarus Drifter. That's 55, okay. Wormguard can go in. Techian Regalia can go in. Illuminous Cloak can go in. Okay, we'll keep this for infusion. Right, so that's all sorted, but I don't know where do I get the wait a minute. That's the app. No, that's not it. This is a very good one as well, you know. Can be acquired from here, so you could see. Lots of gear archives, but I don't get it really. I don't understand it. In any case, I just don't want to bother anymore. I thought we could purchase it from Failsafe, but if that's not the case, then what can I do? Right, so we need to now increase the energy levels. And then let's see, we have discipline in here, we'll have let's see, focusing strike, melee. Yep. And then we have civilians recover discipline, okay. Then we'll go to this one. Increase it somewhat. And then we'll put more discipline in there. Right, so here, put this one. Right, so we can't have any more of these. And then strides. Increase the power level. And then the last one is already sorted. We don't need to do anything there. Just see whether we can increase the energy levels somewhat in here. We can. Put it to 8. Grants 5% additional failsafe vendor rotation from all sources for each piece of armor equipped with this bonus increases to a maximum of 15%. The class item from this set will contribute as though you were wearing 2 pieces. So that's good. So let's see our Guardian. Guardian looks good. Okay, take a screenshot of this. And then let me just think, what do I need there? Crimson we'll put on. And then in here we'll have Glaive. This rocket launcher, we can probably try Faithkeeper instead. That's... Let me just see if we can. Yeah, we can increase the levels. Go for, where is it? Yeah, and then in here, deep sight resonance. Vehicle deviation, accuracy, airborne effectiveness, target acquisition. I think that's better. Target acquisition, and in there, black powder, increasing blast radius, increasing projectiles. But yeah, we'll keep that. Weapon greatly weighed for vertical recoil, and in there, increasing blast radius. So we want to keep the blast radius to the maximum always. Right. So the idea here is to be masterworking the seasonal gear. And I need to still pick up, as you could see, the helmet and the cloak. If I go back to failsafe, because I've changed a few things there, wondered whether I would get some benefits. We'll just double check. Season pass. Yeah, I know what it is. I've not claimed this weapon. That's what it is. I lost grenade launcher. So that's Legacy Quest bonus. Providing objective acceleration to previous season pass exotic. So you're getting... what are you getting? Let's see. Automatically unlocked and active for all players regardless of class ownership. Catalyst Quest, Boost Alpha, and Omega, I should say. Alright, good. And then the other ones are still accelerating. Any more joy with failsafe? No rewards. Maybe another bounty. Okay. Well, collections where? Because I couldn't find collections at a tower. Don't understand. Right. This is the vault. It's the police box. No, that's some sort of... I don't know what it is. I have no idea what is causing this, but I should be able to pick it up from failsafe. Never mind. We've got everything equipped. We'll go back to Breed Executable. And probably are going to have maintenance clock PM. It's in about 25 minutes. Probably just enough time to complete another round. What I didn't do today is I've not looked at Pathfinder, but then that's not necessary because we're not doing anything that's linked to it. Still have not been able to pick up even one reward from them thanks to the reset. Doesn't matter, we'll grind it for the next week or so. Because don't forget, if you're doing the Pathfinder, you've got to complete everything before they choose the reset. Otherwise, you lose whatever you were doing. So, in fact, if you think about it, Pathfinder is the best to be all by itself.
Fire team. Your mission is to collect data, corrupt the Vex, and do not forget to have fun.
I will be guiding you through this venture as you collect data, Guardian. The Vanguard have every faith in you.
It's a really good Sparrow.
I'm always here.
And we always appreciate your help, Failsafe.
Captain, the Vex are phasing in reinforcements.
Keep your fire close and your data bags closer.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Look at that. Data collection this time, it appears to be better and easier than last time.
I am a born helper.
Blast radius is better than this one. A good position, but a bit risky.
Rendering assistance. May I join your fire team, Captain?
We've pulled everything we can from this site. Failsafe. Sweep the area and find our next target.
Data streams are consolidated in a new location. Stand by. Incubator. Captain, Saint Unit. I have located a strong Vex data stream broadcasting nearby.
Days really miss having access to my railguns.
Data collection. I was able to flee. That's dreadful.
I am pleased to assist, Captain. Please accept this gift and mulch some Vex with it. Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator.
Yeah, that scythe does the business, definitely. Very powerful. Come on.
Radiolaria Incubator.
Wasting a rocket just because of this.
May I help secure that data, Captain? That beautiful data. Recording gear primed to see what you make of that, Captain.
Need more data. Well, I can't even get to anything. This is so far. It just doesn't work for me then. I could not be that in one as I'm afraid.
You've minimum expectations. Data threshold reached. Rendering assistance. Temporal disturbance detected. And the Vex are jamming my transmat lock. Rude.
It appears there's a limit to how much data we can extract before a heightened security force takes notice. Break their hold.
Shadow Legion, monstrosity detect, I think. My scanners can't quite tell what I'm looking at.
Well, as you can see, every single time you enter this, it becomes quite diverse. That's quite good.
May I help secure that data, Captain? That beautiful data. It is more beautiful than I could have dreamed.
Where's the boss? There he is. Ammunition.
Data for me, an assist for you.
Not that.
Please skip.
I really want to pick up the relic. Well, he's gone. That's pretty good.
Guardian secured.
Well done,
Big
Guardian.
boss
Fail
defeated.
safe. I'll look forward to your analysis.
I'll try, but the Vex never made sense, and now they're acting weird as ever. I don't know if it's possible to understand them.
Don't say that to Osiris. You might wound his scholarly pride.
What if I want to wound his pride?
Then I only ask that you record his reaction.
$1.95. That's ridiculous. Just a bit more. Well, just leave it and then we'll get back in. But I'm worried that we are going to do maintenance any minute. The end of our stream and end of our gaming session for today. Because I've seen it advertised. They said it would kick in at 3 o'clock p.m. Last about a couple of hours to be able to access the game. Probably from about 6 o'clock, 5 or 6. In Britain, that is, UK time. You'll find generally that people very rarely wear seasonal armor when you play with them in these kinds of competitive matches, and I keep using whatever is offered to us in the course of a season. So, you know, I find it to be really good fun. I want to be supported in the effort with the armor design and everything else. Right, that's probably going to be the last one, as the maintenance is going to be affecting it shortly. Is someone else watching the Euros? Me. Anyone else watches football? Lots of interesting matches so far today. Some games really surprising. The ones yesterday in particular. All Plain was watching it. Oh, that's cool. He watched the games. So, and Playmore says, I've been enjoying it. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a big day, wasn't it? Like, so many surprises. I was very surprised with all, in particular, France so well. It was very unfortunate. But so sorry for Mbappe suffering that injury. Right. You know, so unfortunate. It was an accident. Really surprising because he very picks up any injuries, and it could be quite serious. Could be really affecting him to the tournament, you know? Like his coach yesterday, after the game, said that he was not really a good way. Must have been very disappointed as well for that to be sustained. This is so hectic, look at that. Too many. Yeah, Playmore says, not really very good news. A broken nose. Well, we'll have to see whether he's going to be in for the next game against Netherlands, because that will be a big match for them. Mind you, they won today, but I thought it was a very close call, you know. And also his miss, it was unbelievable. He never misses these kinds of chances. He probably wants like a perfect goal. But on the other hand, for him, as a young man, being a captain of the team, I watched this interview before the match, and he said it was a completely different responsibility. Almost certainly had an impact on the way he played yesterday. He's a great guy through and through, you know. He's like a really a cap, and I just feel sorry that he got badly injured, and it was visible. But also Griezmann was unfortunate. Unlucky actually yesterday, the French. It's got to be said. Because Griezmann had that but it was just again an accident. No one really meant to cause it to him. Yeah, our friend Playmore says that Austria played really well. I mean, they played fantastic football. was really surprised. It played really a bit like, German-style football. The kind of football we used to see from Germany a little while back. And it was extremely rapid, first touch, and very accelerated. And I was really surprised with the physical fitness, because it was a very, high pace match from the beginning. That was just incredible. More running than in any other game, I'd say, what I've seen so far. But yeah, it was a good match. Also, that goal that Romania scored yesterday was sensational. That was like something like ballet. It's unbelievable. Well, he hit it sweetly, so sometimes it's a bit of luck as well. Spain are probably the biggest favourites for the tournament from what I've seen so far. They're incredible. The way they played against Croatia was sensational. I mean, Croatia's a really good team, and they completely dominated. And I mean, to be fair, the Spurs had a bit of a risky tactics, Like Guardiola, they put him on. Well, he was playing his position for Man City, but otherwise, what he does in the national team, he always plays central defender, and that was really a serious problem because all 3 goals in through the central areas. So but Spain has been incredible. I think the Yamal, 17 years old. He's going to be like your next Mbappe. He is unbelievable. The speed, the resilience, the overall with other players was just incredible. I thought just really sensational. I mean, sometimes when you hear all praise being given to certain, players, it's just all down to their maturity and the fact that, cloak and dagger, so to speak, raise the price ASAP. And really, for Bellingham and for him, it's definitely fully justified. Guardiola as well, a sensational player. So young players with such abilities and so mature is, I guess it's times as well. In the old best days, but I then kind of boozing and story altogether today, because those youngsters see that as a major career and from an early age. I think Mbappe, Bellingham, Guardiola, and name now, Yamal. These are the guys who are pursuing this actually from a tender young age, and the results are phenomenal. The best players are the different style of football as well. If you invest from so early generation, which is encouraging. But you know what? In that France Austria game, that refereeing was the worst in the world. It was appalling. And I couldn't believe when he gave the yellow card to Mbappe, because it was obviously the referee's fault not allowing the substitutes, and he's trying to help his team. But also the pundits, you've heard what Wright and Keane said. They were like, the referee was appalling. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, the maintenance gonna kick in any minute now.
You're primed to see what you make of that, Captain.
Just bear with me. I need to concentrate a bit. This activity. I'll read your messages in a minute, because there must be some sort of glitch on PlayStation, because getting them as pop-ups, because usually they pop up on my screen. But some glitches really with Twitch in general, like that big glitch where my streams are not recorded, you know. So really annoying. Even our friend says, let me just read. Played really well. It must be a massive honor for Mbappe. Absolutely, you know. There we are. It's the maintenance. Able to complete. Now we can talk. Just let me grab my seat, because I decided to play my game standing. You know, I don't want to seat it that many hours. Right. So let me see. And said discussion on footy. Anyone who's interested in football can chip in. Tell us what you think. Yeah, Plymouth says that Austria played really well, and it's a huge honor for Mbappe. It's the best possible, the biggest possible honor that he could have, because, you know, as a child, if you remember a few years back, you know, playing in Russia, I made this documentary about Mbappe, and they showed clips of him when he was a kid, 6-7 years old, and that the reporters asked him, "What are you going to be once you grow up?" And he said, "I'm going to be the captain of the French national score goals. I will score goals in the final." And funny enough, the in 2018, but he did score goals in the final, and you know, his indeed came true, and he obviously is trying to do the same again. Yesterday in an interview, he said he already the cup, and now he wants to have the gold from the Euros. So it's a huge honor, but I think it will change his somewhat. You know, he will be feeling a bit more responsible towards the team, and I think very visible yesterday. He in almost he would have shots. What he was thinking, he was just completely surprised himself. You could see his face afterwards. He was asking himself, "How on earth was it possible for me to miss?" And I couldn't believe it. It was just incredible what he missed. But Austria were incredibly unfortunate, because they had that chance where the ball just nearly went in, and then in the next counter, own goal, and you know, I preferred to a draw, because I thought French, you know, there's a bit of swagger about them. They're so incredibly good, but also they need to be on their toes if they want to be winning. Do you see what I mean? They didn't underestimate the opponent. The opponent was just incredibly good. That really surprised them. And I was surprised, because I watched Austria, not that recently, but I did watch them in the international games, and that was before the, what's his name, Ragnarok became the coach, and they played a different style of football. But yesterday was Blitzkrieg. It was really incredible, and I was so surprised with the physical. In order to be able to keep up with the French, you got to be incredibly physically fit, and they really made the Bele and Mbappe and Bolo, run literally whatever it was, 90 minutes through and through. It was hard, and trying to get the French on the strength is a major achievement, so they can be very proud. And Austria could upset Netherlands, and they could upset, well. So we need to see what happens. Is it Poland as well in the group? I think. Yeah. Well, Poles will have serious difficulty with that speed and that physical presence, the physical fitness. And our friend says, "I love it when we have a football for free to watch." Well, I really find it hard to fathom as to why we have all these TNTs and this now with football, because football should be freely accessible to all, and considering how expensive the tickets are to go and see matches. And I support Tottenham because I'm from Alexander Palace, and the tickets are just astronomy. It's just ridiculously expensive. And, you know, one will go every week, but it's just too hard on the budget. I'm astonished that people, you know, invest so much. But then on the other hand, the regular fans, they will be dedicating the money or investing the money in that being the main social activity. You know, like people going to gigs, people going to films, to cinema. It's that sort of thing. So it's you know, it's an investment which is definitely worth it. But because I have other areas of interest, it will just literally mount up to astronomical heights, and I'm not in a position to that degree of investment. So, and also on the other hand, I mean, I like watching live, but new systems that we have now, with, you know, the high quality 4K TVs, and the coverage is provided. Like yesterday, see the situation angle. There's no chance for me to be able to see whether he was using his hand in order to push the ball, like what we've seen yesterday. And again, that was, I mean, Belgium were very seriously, affected that VAR. The goals of Lukaku's disallowed, and also that offside was just, in those circumstances, unless you had high quality digital technology, would you be able to see that he was offside? It's like a half a shoulder. Come on, I mean, it's ridiculous and very unfair. I would be gutted. They've not played, and you know, they scored goals. And I remember, what was the other? Well, watched the game with 4 or 5 goals disallowed for one team, and I think, hang on a minute, this is just crazy. But considering the level, and also the refereeing with France, that was appalling. That was just appalling. It was unbelievably poor. I mean, I can't stop thinking that with VAR and refereeing, some other players in charge, you know, other people who are involved with the bookies and the investments. I've seen that so many times, and yeah, I think in this instance, video assistant referee operating on a level never seen before. You've seen yesterday that was showing the new technology indicating that indeed he was using his hand, but what was he supposed to do? I don't get it. It's crazy. And Plemo says Slovakia and Romania was superb. Incredible. Considering the quality players and the way they, you know, play otherwise, this was sensational. And also yesterday against Ukraine, you know, Ukraine pride that playing for the country's at war, and it's you know, the victory of Romanians yesterday is a historic victory. You know, it's just, and also it's 3 goals. You know, I wouldn't say it's not demolition, but it's a very, very heavy defeat. And Ukrainians just couldn't get their act together after they you know, did that first goal. That was just very unfortunate for them. It'll be very difficult for them to, you know, to tackle others in that group. And Plamos, it's great to see these incredible youngsters coming through in world football. But, you know, I can't stop thinking, and I keep saying that to my colleagues as well, it's a new economic model which has been applied to entertainment. And you really see that actors, you see that particularly with musicians, and you see this now with footballers. So basically, you're the big cheese, the big players, going for clubs that have like a really very well developed youth section, and they'll be watching for talent in there. So the kids 6-7 years old, they'll be watching for flexes, for the talent and everything else, and begin the investments there already. So by the time they come to the age of 15, 16, I mean, it's been unheard of, you know, for somebody as young as 16 to be playing in the national team, and they will just push and push. But on the other hand, kids have got to be living up to the potential. But I have to say that I'm surprised, because with Mbappe, with Bellingham, and also with Yamal, these are very humble individuals. They're not like big egos. They're not really selling themselves in any big way like some other arrogant individuals who are, not as good as them. So that's also interesting. That's interesting that somehow they literally managed to hit the target. And you come across, I've come across some musicians who are in the same position, also very low-key, humble. So that's it's very easy for the industry, It's making it very easy in terms of the long-term investment. And so, it's interesting. It's interesting how things are evolving. In terms of the quality, these guys are incredible. When you watch any of them, Bellingham, Guardiola, Yamal, or Mbappe, even Mbappe a few years back, I couldn't believe how fast he was. Just, when he kind of starts accelerating, as if you literally was in a plane and suddenly you were, agitation in no time. It's just really mind-boggling. Let me see. Playmo says there were some really crazy decisions from the referee. Power mad, perhaps. The comment is about the game France against Austria. He's just somebody who doesn't have the skill to be refereeing on that level. It's just completely lost control and wrong decisions through and through, literally throughout the whole game. It's somebody who's awful in every. I just can't believe that such people can have access to these types of matches, because a lot is fake. And but I always think they select those people in purpose. It can cause some trouble there with the actual result. Think about it. Mbappe having that yellow card, it's a huge impact, because let's say if something goes south with the next game and he comes in the third game and he picks up like the second yellow and he can't play. Just bear with me a second. I've got some messages in here. So it's simple. And there was no need for that. He went in just because the referee was doing the substitutions, and they were absolutely down to 10 men. In that situation, Austrians could have scored on a straight away. Crazy. Our friend says, I'm supporting Arsenal. Well, in my local area of Alexander Park, it's either Gunners or the Spurs. It's just it's and in the area where I live now, everyone supports Spurs because it's on the eastern flank. Rivalry and great clubs, and both clubs have done really well now for quite a few years. Also this year in Premier League, it was very close. Arsenal and City could have been either, really. It was just literally the last hurdle. So was able to overcome, as always. But I just couldn't believe it's in the game with Real Madrid. It didn't seem to work, and also what he did in the FA Cup final, because it was just simply the wrong tactics. He was trying out something that wasn't going to work. But coming back to Euros, I just think that Southgate really should stop experimenting. Phil Foden needs to play his position in the squad. He can't be placing him in a different position and also experimenting with Alexander Arnold. It's risk, because you could see he's not at home in that position, and I was not really impressed with what I've seen the other day. Honestly, it was unpleasantly surprising, and it was just fortunate that England were able to keep the score, because towards the end it just like literally one-way traffic for no reason at all. England are much better team. So it's just literally bizarre. But he did the same thing several times in the past. Remember the last Euros, the final, he's asking these youngsters to take penalties, and I thought, hang on a minute, you can't do that. You've got to have the most experienced players taking the first three, because if there's an error made, it will be irretrievable. and it's a chance, like once in a lifetime, playing at Wembley, winning the Euros. It was down to his tactics. I mean, he's a fantastic coach. He's a wonderful man, but I think when it comes to these critical decisions, it's a bit like with Tuchel and Bayern. It's just incredible. Like he would be taking off Harry Kane a few minutes before the end, knowing that there's always this danger from Real. So it's crazy. And Playmore says both clubs' futures are looking bright with current managers and squad. Yeah, and the overall investments. They have good backers, and I think they've taken a really good direction, and they will be literally at the top for many years to follow. Huge investment in Spurs, with the new stadium. Well, it's the old stadium just developed, and they're doing it for quite some time. And we know all about Arsenal, so looking very good. But this season, Arsenal was phenomenal. I thought that was really. And also, I couldn't understand why he took off Saka. You remember in the last game, Saka was the best player. He couldn't be saving him for the next match because it's critical to win the first game if you want to have an easier selection of matches in the group. So it just seemed very strange. Well, I guess many more games ahead of us, and I kind of quite look forward to them all. Be interesting to see. And I just thought the last World Cup was just completely flawed. It was right from the start visible that they were banking on Argentina and Messi, all about Messi, and I just couldn't believe it. They even did show some clips from that game with Netherlands in the quarters, and it's unbelievable that this game was not annulled and Netherlands given like 3-0 win after what the Argentinians were doing. It's unbelievable. You remember that incident where one of the guys just literally fired off into the Netherlands bench, and it's unbelievable. And he didn't even get a red card. It's just crazy. In normal circumstances, immediate termination of the match. So, and all these penalties that they were given. Not a single penalty was a valid one. And the shock of it all when they lost from Saudi Arabia, it just seemed crazy. The whole tournament. I think this one so far is looking a lot brighter. Obviously, different interests are at stake, but that's not the way it should be. We want to enjoy football for the competitive elements. We want the best teams to be winning. We don't want VARs and referees and other factors interfering, like, for instance, in the game yesterday, 2 goals disallowed. I mean, Slovakia, fantastic. They're incredible. They played so well. They had their chances. But still, when you score 2 goals, and they're 2 clear goals, and they're disallowed, I mean, Lukaku must have been gutted. 2 goals disallowed, and he wasn't even protesting. So he knows that he'd be getting a yellow straight away. So, and he's a big bloke. Yeah. Anyway, it's myself and Playmore watching the football, and I think other people are perhaps less interested, not seeing and hearing anyone else chipping in. And we have lots of global viewers. People watch us from Japan and from America, and from other places where I guess football's not as popular. And right. So coming back to Destiny, I think my first impression of the season, which has been up and running for about a week, is generally very positive. I think we had good content. The arena there that I was doing today and the other day is interesting, as you are getting different enemies, and it's not purely repetitive, and you have to be adapting, you need to be flexible. It's very challenging. And also I think generally the way the game's progressing has been very positive and very good. The only thing I don't like, and I said it many times during the week, is they merged the expansion with the season, with these seasonal challenges. I think this is completely wrong, because this is driving everyone to be purchasing the both. And I think Destiny is a sort of game that requires to give that choice to people so people can decide for themselves. Obviously, if you feel that the content is very high, you'll purchase one or the other, or maybe both. But don't really drive people through these tricks in order to purchase everything just because they feel driven. They need to be liking the content. It's the quality of the content that will make any game memorable or everlasting. So, Skyrim, Morrowind, Fallout, they've got that quality. And I have to say that they worked really hard on Starfield, Bethesda that is, and what I've seen during the Summer Game Festival is definitely making me curious. It looked to me like Starfield was progressing down the route of Alien or Aliens, and the new expansion, Shattered Space, will be very, very dark, so quite different to what we've seen in the game so far. So, definitely they came up with a very good concept and hard work and changes. And also what I like about Bethesda is they're quite receptive to community comments. They just always ask for the gamers to be a bit patient. They can't really change things overnight, and the new application of the maps and the way they rework the game is definitely very good and much superior to what we've seen on release. I enjoyed it. I think it is. I guess people who like RPGs or enjoyed Elder Scrolls and Skyrim will recognize the concept which applied here in space. And for me, the game is very similar to Skyrim. It's just in space. Definitely a very, very good title. Our friend says, I have to go to a meeting, and we'll catch up with you on the next stream. Yes, certainly. Well, good to see you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us today. Pleasure as always. Thank you for your contributions, and most importantly, thank you for supporting our charitable fundraiser. Much appreciated. And indeed, have a good meeting, and we'll catch up soon. And then I guess we both will be watching footy a bit later in the afternoon and tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. Still a few more matches to watch before the second round begins tomorrow, right? Or is it today already? No, it's tomorrow. Right, so we have another week of Destiny ahead of us, and that, as you could see, we can't enter the game because Bungie are doing the maintenance, so the game will not be active before 6 o'clock PM UK time today. 3-hour maintenance as advertised, and so generally I can tell you that my experience of the season has been good, but there have been some unclarities in there, and I think they should have really explained the new direction to a certain degree. So I go back in time and I tell you that I found the new concept interesting, but not to be that different to the previous seasons. They just literally gave labels to different activities and had split them into 3 different acts, but everything looks and feels pretty much the same. What is different is the content. The content is entirely story driven. So I think, considering the new DLC where the enemy of humanity had been defeated, everything we do in the season is, I guess, story driven in a similar fashion as you'd have it with the DLC campaigns or the game campaigns. And that is a novelty. They were driving towards that during the last couple of years, bit by bit. But I think in this instance we have the major change. The major change being the activities that are all linked up with the story. So the story is what will be driving other gamers to come in, the newbies and the veterans, and it will be delivered in that, I guess, on the week by week basis. So that itself is definitely good and interesting. I like it, and I think the arena, as you've seen it today, has been greatly entertaining because the activity was different from match to match. There have been changes in there, so you're not doing exactly the same thing repetitively, and we'll see about the rewards and various other things, but so far so good. I think it's definitely worthy of that investment. What I do like is they really try to merge lots of different activities into one. So you can be doing the bounties, you can be doing your seasonal achievements, you can be doing your seasonal challenges, you can collect some rewards from your leveling up, you'll get new bits of armor and your weapons. So, you know, it's a lot more integrated compared to what we had in the past. And I think for myself, who's been with Destiny now for many years, I find it to be progressing always onto something which is a bit better. And that's very encouraging. For newbie, they will find Destiny to be very complex. There are lots of things to learn, and there are many things to practice before you become, I guess, as versatile. But also, as they rework the game from the beginning, and I've experienced that recently as I played my Warlock from scratch, it does have a very, very good tutorial. The game does feel very different right from the start. So the vast majority of our veterans have not gone in and played anything from the very beginning, but I advise you to delete your Guardian and the Guardian that you do not play frequently, and then restart the game and start from scratch to see the way it looks today, the way it feels today. And I guess it's my assumption. My assumption is that they will be bringing in more content from Destiny 1. We'll have then a structure that is quite linear from the beginning, and some bits will be cut out, of course. Not everything will be imported, and it already feels like a coherent, integrated structure, a lot better compared to what we had a few years back. And I guess for me, my biggest, complaint, my biggest concern about Destiny was the problem with its narrative. I was not able to grasp what was happening in the game, and that was aligned with the multitude of different facts, figures, situations being told by an NPC or ghost, and not being able to make head or tail of it. So, it's unfortunately one of those things that was persisting, but that is being enhanced, and the game is feeling a lot more compact. Whether this will be satisfying our friends who are interested in PvP or hammering the scores is a different matter, but generally, if you think about it, it's unlikely that a game can survive in a very long term if it's relying only on that sort of activity. There is going to be another title offering something similar. People will migrate because they'll be bored after quite a few years, which is spent on a particular title. As we've seen, for instance, recently with Battle Royale, the hype is easing off, and people are migrating to other titles. So it's a problem for the developer, who wants to be having that degree of longevity. Nevertheless, the games like Warzone and PUBG, Apex, with their innovations, with additional content, with some ideas and tweaks, they will be always attracting new gamers. And it's the same concept, just in a different environment, and with some minor adjustments. So Palworld is very, very popular at the moment. I guess it is competing with Fortnite. But it's a different style of gaming at the end of the day. You prefer one or the other, or maybe people can do the both. But generally amongst the gamers, you'll find people who have a particular preference, like PvP, or go down the route of doing it and spending all the time polishing up the skills and progressing competitively, and others enjoy stories and adventures and open world and exploration, and they can play that days on end. So that's definitely something that people will consider as they enter the world of video gaming. I was thinking yesterday, it's quite extraordinary how the world of video gaming had evolved within such a short period of time, and I guess for myself, I'm astonished by the degree of interactivity that we have every single day on the forums that follow the developments in the video game industry, and that is what really grabs me. I have been a fan of video gaming for many years, and I kind of really migrated from the world of film to video gaming almost completely in recent years, because the interest for feature films and cinema had been on decline for some time, and I felt that
we were not able to bring in mass audiences to the majority of the titles, and the interest was fading, and you didn't get that degree of interactivity. I mean, I quite worry. I have quite a number of friends here in London who already, people in their late 70s, early 80s, and those are the people who were watching films in cinema since the Second World War. So I really worry once they're no longer sadly with us, as has been the case with quite a number of those friends of mine. They sadly departed in recent years. You really wonder whether the next generation will follow suit. And I don't really see the next generation being in such great numbers. And we know that in London because we have several hubs where people meet and everybody knows each other, and even if you don't know somebody, you'll recognize them, through their appearance and regular attendance. And that's been on a serious decline. At about 2 or 3 places in London where you would see the regulars. British Film Institute, BFI on South Bank is one of those. Then it's the Cinema Museum, and then a couple of indie cinemas. And I guess the difficulty there for me is that the studios and the production companies are not allowing people to be freely sharing the content through hubs like Twitch. It would absolutely enormously increase popularity, but they still retain the old-fashioned conservative view that you need to have a license, you need to pay, for the content. You need to be, if you are a commercial entity, you need to be paying for the license, to screen a couple of times and pay for that. And it's a model that is disappearing, and it will not work in the long term. What I'm trying to say is, I find that industry to be a lot less interactive. And today, as the world of communication online have been so vastly enhanced, it's all about the comms. You see, for instance, people on Instagram that do live shows or do the various snapshots, and then the comments. People responding. The ones who are responding and connecting with the viewers and readers are the ones that get the biggest number of likes and the greatest attention, the greatest number of followers, and also they get donations, people who provide high quality content or something which is interesting to very many. Sadly, many people resort to porn, and that seems to be still acquiring the greatest number of both likes and follows as well as donations. But it's been like that for quite some time, and not just in the world of social networking as we know it. And it saddens me to see that, because I feel there are so many interesting content creators, and there's so many great things which require our attention: high quality content, noble messages, or you do something for the good causes, but that doesn't really attract the same level of interest, unfortunately, and that itself is very much of concern. So I find the world of video gaming to be so interactive and so interesting and buzzing with energy, with interest, with attention, with discussions. And the discussions are very diverse. They really connect with so many different issues which we face in real life as well. So anyone who's watching the regular IGN podcast like Unlocked, or the ones done by Xbox Team, or you listen to some of the other ones coming from Eurogamer, from Games Radar, or some indie broadcasters. They're so full of information, and they always connect with important issues which are linked not just with those industries. And it's really interesting. It kind of keeps me very active, very upbeat, makes me wake up in the morning thinking, what kind of news are we getting today? What's happening out there? And that's great. And I don't really, I don't get that from the film industry anymore. And I get on my Film Dialogue Twitter sometimes the comments which I think, we've heard that before, and people arguing the toss whether they want to watch 35 or digital. Just give us a break. I understand the perspective and the reasons, but we got to be adjusting with times and the changes, and we moved on. So just try to engage with the content, try to engage with what is being offered. And what's interesting is that those two industries are also merging, and you are having so many more projects and products currently in production that are bringing those two worlds together. So it'll be interesting to see how this evolves in a longer term, because both medias are compatible, and we've seen with many games in recent times that became more cinematic, more close to real life, more film-like, and certainly there is going to be capacity, if there is more investment, for that to be evolving even further. So definitely very interesting developments, and also I feel that's when I'm reading the news every morning, I get a bit overwhelmed by the sheer quantity of fact, and there's always something going on in addition to rumors and speculations, you know. So but it's like a sea of different entities that are all following the development and everything that's happening out there, and there's a wealth of information and knowledge for people to be had. You know, you can just read and follow my own Twitter, you'll get knowledgeable, or you go to any other independent broadcaster or developer. And it's the energy, it's the interest, it's the speed, it's the quantity, it's the number of titles, it's the way through which things are presented, it's the ideas. And I think generally it's all about interactivity and connectivity. So people like entering the world of a character like Senua in Hellblade, or, you know, the characters like Ellie and Joel in The Last of Us, and living that world and living that fantasy, and then connecting with others if they're streaming, or they don't even have to stream, they can just go to someone's channel and connect with other gamers, which is very, very popular. People make new friends, make new connections, play games together, you know. So it's a very interesting, very good way of making contact and debating different issues, sometimes based on gaming and other times linked with anything else that happens in life. And I just find that really fascinating. I find that fascinating here on my channel with our community, and also I've seen that with many different people and who are running their channels in a longer term. You get streamers who try it for a few months and then we basically call it a day. Figure this is very hard, very difficult, very tiring. They're not generating many enough followers, etc., etc. But you know, it's all down to hard work and quality content. If you're providing the content people like, if you're providing discussions in the forums where people can meet others, create new friendships, and talk about everything in life, then you know it's a different ballgame, a different story. And as I said, it's not always for everyone, but I'm fascinated by that interactivity. I find that really incredible. It's mind-boggling. I find the way through which I connected with so many different people worldwide to be unique, phenomenal. I never expected that sort of thing, you know. And you couldn't do this anywhere else in life in a more conventional fashion. And it's similar to what people had previously when they go to certain venues to watch live music or go to cinema. You have like-minded individuals who are watching similar kinds of titles or groups. You meet them there, just in much smaller numbers. And this is providing the same opportunity on a much greater global scale. Then obviously we come from different countries, we have different perspectives on life, and therefore once we share our experience, it's a lot more complete, it's a lot more diverse, gives us a better outlook on everything that's going on out there. Well, I'm curious about our veterans here. What is your opinion on Destiny and the direction that Bungie are taking? I think we all have been very, very angry with Bungie during the first week because it was a disastrous week. Nothing worked. So many maintenance sessions sent our way. But I think we are progressing down the route which was originally planned for, and Destiny is developing into a solid, into a game with a solid narrative structure, and the season seems to be working fine, and yeah, I'm happy with what I've seen so far. I'm just not happy with the way in which they're trying to monetize or push that onto us. I think offering choice will always make better commercial results. That's my opinion. But on the other hand, when you're offering choices, or a choice, you need to come up with a strategy that will provide you with high quality content for people to come in and purchase the rest. So it will require a lot more work. This is slightly crafty, and I really don't like the merger of those seasonal and DLC challenges. I think this is taking it too far. And then, completionists, people who really like completing everything, they'll find themselves in two minds whether to carry on with the game and whether they need to purchase the both lots of content, or they will just depart because they'll say, I'm not doing it. It's giving it to me all at once, and I want to have that choice. I know the reason for that is the investors, people who are the shareholders. They invest, and then if you are purchasing a bundle that gives you the annual pass together with the game, with the DLC, with everything else, it's a sizable revenue. It could go up to $100 for the very basics, and that is the revenue that will go back to the company as quickly as possible to recuperate for the investments which would have got into the development and everything else. But considering how things are in a wider scheme of things, in a wider world, it doesn't really cut it for me. I'm not keen, and I'm not supporting it. I think it's wrong. I think the games like Apex, they provide a much better formula through which money can be made, and it's down to you to decide whether you want to pursue it. I mean, obviously it's a different sort of game. It's not as expensive as this one, so there are significant differences, but at the same time I find myself thinking, well, Destiny could be pursuing the same direction, and they would need to be perhaps working more on the story-driven content that can be purchased separately or given to us in a different form. And there are going to be ways to which, well, at the end of the day, lots of people like looking attractive or handsome or pretty, or I don't know how you call it nowadays anymore. It's the loss for words, but there are people who will be wanting their character to look remarkable or outstanding within a particular title, and they will be investing in the vanity, in the appearance, the same way as they would invest in purchasing clothing or makeup or whatever, building your own image if you are going somewhere. That is a golden mine, as some of the other companies have seen, and that is the way to pursue it. But maybe it just feels too risky. Maybe it feels that this is not big enough, or that it's leaving it too much to chance. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But I have seen with Apex and Warzone in particular that then they made huge amount of money on the sales of those cosmetics, which were beautifully packed and built within bundles and offering different things, which are completely insignificant for whatever you do in a game. But I think from the streamer's point of view, I find cosmetics to be very important, and they're very important particularly when you come to social spaces like in Destiny or I don't know, PUBG or any other, and you can see those people who are wearing different things, and you always, like in real life, your attention will be drawn to somebody who looks different. Because they look different, you will want to connect with them. You want to ask them a question. You want to find out more about them. So that is a very, very important factor in how you can build your community here online if you're a streamer. And I've seen streamers investing in these kinds of funky skins and outfits, and it helped. It did. People who were not aware of them being streamers noticed them in a lobby or other social spaces, depending on the title they played, and they connected. They come in and they made contact, realized this was on Twitch, or they played together. As you've seen here online, many times people played the game together with me, and they realized this was part of Twitch streams, and they come in and follow the channel, or connect with other gamers. It's a good way in. It's just that I feel if it is being kind of forced upon us, then it doesn't really gel. It needs to be left as an option. And I have seen, for instance, in my Warzone community, many people who were purchasing many different bundles, quite expensive. The game was obviously offered for free, and these bundles were accruing within the first year. I think it was $2 billion, if I'm not mistaken, that Activision made on the sales of cosmetics alone. So the game was offered for free, and you sold all of those bundles, and you made $2 billion, not million, billion. It's a huge amount of money, and I think presently that is an economic model that seems to be working very well for certain titles in the video game industry. But Destiny is not just a title. This is a huge entity that is very costly. I understand all of this, but I just don't like that being imposed upon us. We want to be given a choice. If I want to purchase the expansion 2 months later, I will do so, but I will not purchase it because you want me to purchase it on that specific date, and you will not make me purchase this expansion as you are merging the challenges from the season and the DLC within that new concept, because it will make me want it less and not more. Maybe it's just me. Maybe other people feel it's all right, because there's some logic behind it. If you finish the expansion, you will know what the end of that saga is, but it's not really necessary. It's not necessary. It's a bit like in other games when you play the games offered within that non-linear structure. Not everyone will be latching onto the story. They'll be latching onto the content, the quality of interactivity, of battles, of PvE types of encounters, and lots of other things that people will find more interesting than just following the linear narrative. And there have been experiments done in there, and we've seen that people like it both ways. They like it if the game is following a very clearly defined story. They also like it if the game is offered in a kind of a free-flowing shape where you can come in at any time and try to do different things. So either way, I think we need to be given that choice. We need to be able to retain it. Just having a look in here, and the number of viewers dropped. I think people departed realizing that the maintenance is going to be carrying on for the next 3 hours, so there's nothing in here that is giving us access to the servers, which means we can't play the game, and therefore we'll bring this broadcast to a conclusion very shortly. We'll depart, and I'll watch football, and you'll wait for the reset, and then tomorrow we'll resume with our activities here, and we'll carry on with our seasonal stuff. I think I completed everything that came our way during the first week. It was enjoyable. I liked doing everything that was offered. And then just remember, if you're doing the arena, when you come back to the help, go back and make those samples grow. So have a collection of your samples there in that special section, which is aligned with all of your activities. So just make sure you do that, and the collection will be growing as you carry on. All right, so I'm trying to think whether there's anything else that I'd like to tell you. Well, first and foremost, what I need to remind you of is that I'm supporting various charities here with my live broadcasting, and presently I'm supporting a British-based charity called Mind. And this charity is dedicated to the services for people who are suffering from some form of mental health difficulty. So I have been liaising with Mind in the past as a professional within that field, and I know lots of people who work for the charity and very many service users. And I always felt that they provided what was so essential to everyone who lived in a local community, because basically, if you are a patient, if you are a user of a residential setting, if you're in a hospital, you basically are there through the necessity. You need to get better, and you are there with a reason, because obviously your health has suffered tremendously and there was no any other way through which you can make it better. But if you live in your community, in a local community, and you're not suffering from a major mental illness or anything which is incredibly dangerous for your own sense of well-being, you can then, if feeling under the weather, approach the charity Like a Mind to get additional advice and support, individual group counseling, advisory services, help with the benefits, help with pursuing the right sort of treatments, help with other things related to your psychological health. So I always felt they were absolutely fundamental to the overall well-being of our local communities, and therefore I always supported them. And the opportunity to support this charity and others here live online is a great thing, because once you subscribe to Tiltify, and once you are connected to the platform that's providing charitable fundraising for everyone, you can pick and choose. There are very many charities in there who operate globally, some national, some international. You can find the one that you like. But I find it so good to be able to engage with something which I consider to be supporting the good causes, and really enjoy doing that. And also, I know from experience here on the channel, there are lots of gamers who would have gone through a very rough patch at some stage of their life, and they will tell you openly, being able to use certain services that help you psychologically, emotionally, mentally, has been fundamental for the sense of well-being. And many people find these forums like Twitch and Video Gaming Live Online to be very, very soothing and very therapeutic, and therefore I support both of those entities. Video Gaming Online through Twitch, which is ethical and offered to with a content that is family friendly. And on the other hand, I support also the means to which we are able to get charitable fundraising on those channels to be fully fledged, so we can be running those campaigns and generating donations and any other additional interest. So it's a wonderful thing, and I will carry on doing this for a long period of time ahead of us. All right, my friends, I am just going to be bringing this broadcast to a conclusion. Hope you enjoy the activities, and hope you're enjoying Destiny: The Final Shape DLC, as well as the new season called Echoes. And we are going to be back tomorrow. We'll carry on with our activities in Destiny, which are based on the seasonal content, and there will be lots to do. So if anybody wants to join us at any time, just ping me a message here on Twitch, or send me an email, and I will bring you in. You will have to be a member of our gaming community, and I will have to see how you are if you are coming to be an active participant live online, in view of the principles and the rules which I have here applied on the channel, and also in view of our charitable fundraising. I look forward to that. We've not had very busy Destiny 2 sessions of late since I resumed my streams. Compared to Destiny 1, which were extremely hectic, it has been a bit of a challenge for me to be just doing it by myself, and then introducing different things. I much prefer doing that together with our participants, our dedicated community veterans, and then once we do it together, it is enjoyable for everyone and easier to complete in many instances, as we've had last week with that very difficult exotic quest, which I would have never been able to complete by myself, but thanks to our friends from Australia, we were able to do it on the second run with ease, St. Pedestrian, when in fact on the first run it was one of the most difficult things I indeed attempted to do in this game. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching the stream. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being our valued members of our community, and most importantly, a big thank you to everyone who has been supporting our charitable fundraiser. So just keep them coming, those follows, likes and shares, and maybe some donations if you're in a position to provide us with some funds. And we are all going to be very, very grateful. And on that note, I shall wish you all a very, very good afternoon. Take care, and I shall see you all tomorrow.